Hello, my name is Scott Eubanks, and this is my final core assessment project for CO121 Plans Analysis. I'm going to be going over what I chose for my project, the construction site, location, and what it will be used for. Also, the two construction tasks that I chose to analyze, as well as other amplifying information. And then finally, I'm going to review and conclude the presentation. For my project, I decided to analyze this $60 million Special Warfare Training Group's aquatic tank construction site. Now, this is something I can see from where I currently work every day, so I can see the progress. And I was actually able to go over there today, speak with the construction manager, James Bush, who works with Clark Construction, and got some amplifying information that I'll share here in a moment. The site is located on Chapman Training Annex, and this is to the west of Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. Now, the tanks are going to be used to train United States Air Force Special Warfare students within multiple courses across several career fields that require a specially designed pool complex in order to conduct combat scuba diving and other aquatic training. It is called the aquatic tank. However, there are two giant tanks that will measure 100 by 190 feet. And at the deepest point of the pool, it'll be 12 feet deep. Now, in the deep end, there is a shelf that the project manager said about 8 feet, and it kind of plateaus until it drops off straight down to 12 feet. That's for just doing different kinds of training, especially trying to go down deeper for drown proofing, underwater knot tying, ditch and don, stuff like that. Now, in this picture, you can see one of the tanks. However, the two tanks will be separated by classroom, offices, gym, bathrooms, and other rooms. It's pretty much a large rectangle building that's multiple stories, that on either side it has the two tanks respectively. Now, the construction start date was 5 November 2021, and the projected substantial completion date is 24 April 2023. The first task that I decided to analyze was site excavation, preparation, and compaction. Now, whenever I went today, I guess a total of 7,000 cubic yards will be removed. You can see from my place of work that the piles of dirt are just becoming mountains, and trucks are going daily and removing it. However, something interesting to note is because it is on federal land, there's certain requirements that they have to do for disposing of the soil or moving it off-site. They actually have to take it to a test center to get the soil samples tested for contamination, and all the bureaucratic type paperwork that they have to complete in order to move it from their site that they're at to the test center to the storage place where the soil is going to stay is pretty lengthy, and I guess it took them a little bit to kind of figure it out. Usually they do like private sector type buildings, but this is like a large federal one, so it's just some growing pains that they had to go through. As far as compaction goes, they use a roller pictured, and they get it to 95% optimum density. And he tried to explain how they use the density machine, because I asked him, like, how did you find out if it reaches 95% optimum density? He wasn't too sure, so I'm going to look on that on my own and research it. What they do is they import non-expansive select fill with low plasticity so that it can reduce the swelling and the shrinking. So, good transition before I go on to my next construction task to analyze. I actually have the drawings from this project, which was randomly in one of our offices at work. And it says within the plan notes that the new facility will be partially located within the footprint of a previous dorm building. During pier drilling operations. Pier drilling contractors shall be prepared to drill through these abandoned elements and or remove these elements as needed. Now I asked James if the contractor will be liable for any of that stuff that they had to remove. They had to move some foundation pieces, but not too much. But he said no, that's in the contract up to a certain point, and if they did run into something like pretty heavy that they had to get out, or a lot of something that it would be covered. So that was pretty interesting. Next, I picked the foundation, which is being put in right now. They're actually using the auger to drill the holes, and got a couple pictures which I'll show you right now. So the augers were drilling about 50 to 55-foot holes until they hit soil that could hold the Kazon piers, and they filled with concrete that they specifically requested from the manufacturer. These are the rebar cages that they put down into the holes that the auger drilled. So the main entrance will face the northeast, the back entrance will face the southwest, and James told me that the front entrance will be well above what the rear entrance is going to be, which was pretty cool. And the picture is of some of the Kazon piers that are already laid on the easternmost tank, which is what they're gonna be pouring first, the eastern tank, and then followed by the western tank. Finally, the structure around it and all the interior. Hopefully, they get done 24 April 2023. In review, we talked about what the project was, the Special Warfare Training Group Aquatics tank, where it's going to be, $60 million facility, what it's used for, the Special Warfare Airmen to conduct aquatics training. We talked about the site excavation, preparation, and compaction, as well as the foundation and some interesting notes as far as the plan notes go and the soil manifest, how that kind of threw a wrench in there, what they were doing. I enjoyed this project very much because I haven't been to too many construction sites. So going out there and learning what they do, it's what I want to do when I get out of the military. So I appreciate this class very much. And I'm excited to finish my degree, hopefully in this summer. So after that, I'll continue my education and keep going. But thank you very much for your time and giving us this course. I learned a lot.